Imagine a life where anxiety isn't a relentless boss, but a quiet, almost forgotten echo. We've all heard of quiet quitting your job, doing just enough, reclaiming your time. But what if you could apply that to your anxious mind? What if you could subtly disengage from constant demands of worry, endless what-ifs, and relentless self-doubt? This isn't about fighting anxiety head-on or forcing positive thoughts. It's a more elegant rebellion, a quiet withdrawal of mental energy from patterns that fuel stress. Your mind isn't a battlefield, but a garden you can subtly tend, allowing worries to wither from lack of attention. This offers a gentle, effective path to mental freedom, one microhabit at a time. To truly quit anxiety, we must understand its insidious hold. Anxiety isn't just an emotion, it's a deeply ingrained neurological habit. Every time you ruminate on a past mistake or catastrophize the future, you're strengthening neural pathways. Your amygdala, the brain's alarm center, becomes hypersensitive, firing warnings even without real threat. The prefrontal cortex gets hijacked, caught in what-if loops. This creates a self-reinforcing cycle. The more you worry, the better your brain gets at it, making it feel automatic and inescapable. These aren't just thoughts. They are microhabits, deeply etched into your neural architecture. We feel powerless because they operate below our conscious radar, a default mode our brain slips into effortlessly, always seeking dangers. The good news is these neurological habits, while powerful, aren't set in stone. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, is our ally. Traditional approaches advocate direct confrontation, challenging thoughts, deep breathing. While valuable, these can feel monumental during intense anxiety. This is where microhabits excel. Instead of a grand battle, we're talking tiny, imperceptible shifts that, over time, gently redirect your brain's energy. Think of diverting a river. You place small stones, gradually altering the current until it finds a less turbulent path. These microhabits are designed to be so small, so effortless, your brain barely registers them as change, minimizing resistance and maximizing consistent application. They are subtle interventions that whisper to your nervous system. So let's unveil your first tool in this silent rebellion, the 3-second pause. This isn't complex meditation. It's a microhabit creating a tiny, imperceptible gap between an anxious thought and your automatic reaction. Here's how. The moment you notice an anxious thought or feeling surface, that familiar knot, racing heart, or what-if scenario, simply pause. Don't stop it, don't analyze it, don't judge it. Just pause for 3 slow, intentional seconds. During these seconds, your only job is to notice. Notice the thought, the sensation, without engaging. This brief interlude creates a tiny neural speed bump, disrupting the automatic cascade of worry. It's not about eradicating the thought, but refusing to immediately pour mental energy into it, subtly quitting your participation. This non-engagement weakens the neural pathway of automatic worry. Now, for your second powerful microhabit, the mental bookmark. This technique gently postpones anxious thoughts rather than suppressing them. When an urgent worry arises, acknowledge it briefly and then mentally bookmark it. Tell yourself, okay, I hear you. I'll think about this at 5 p.m. Or, I'll address this after this task. The key is genuinely intending to return, but not right now. This isn't denial, it's disciplined delay. By consistently deferring engagement, you teach your brain that not every anxious thought demands immediate attention. You're subtly shifting from reactive to proactive, reclaiming control over your mental schedule. Together, these microhabits begin to dismantle unconscious anxiety patterns, allowing you to quietly quit the mental burden, one gentle shift at a time. The third microhabit is what we call the observer's pause. This powerful technique teaches us to create a crucial distance between ourselves and our anxious thoughts. Instead of immediately engaging with the worry, allowing it to spiral, you simply notice it. When an anxious thought or feeling arises, your practice is to acknowledge its presence without judgment, without analysis, and without attachment. You might mentally label it, an anxious thought, or there's that familiar worry pattern. This isn't about stopping the thought, an often futile and frustrating endeavor, but about changing your relationship with it. By observing it as an external event, rather than an intrinsic part of your identity, you reclaim agency. You are not your thoughts, you are the awareness of your thoughts. This subtle shift starves the anxiety of the attention it craves, gradually diminishing its power. Moving to our fourth transformative tool, we introduce the gratitude anchor. The brain, by default, is wired to scan for threats, a survival mechanism that often overproduces anxiety in modern life. Gratitude, however, forces a cognitive shift, actively redirecting your neural pathways towards appreciation and positive recognition. The microhabit here is simple yet profound. At least 3 times a day, perhaps upon waking, before a meal, and before sleep, identify one small, specific thing you are genuinely grateful for. It could be the warmth of your coffee, the comfort of your chair, the sound of rain, or a kind word from a colleague. The key is specificity and truly feeling the gratitude even for a few seconds. This consistent practice builds a mental safe space, a reservoir of positive anchors that makes it harder for anxiety to dominate your internal landscape. Finally, our 5th indispensable microhabit is the breath reset. The breath is an immediate, direct link to your autonomic nervous system. When anxiety takes hold, our breathing becomes shallow and rapid, inadvertently signaling to the brain that we are in danger, perpetuating the fight or flight response. The breath reset is a quick, physiological interrupt. Whenever you feel a surge of stress, a moment of overwhelm, or even just a general sense of unease, consciously take 3 deep, slow breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your belly to expand. Hold for a count of 2, and then slowly exhale through your mouth, letting go of tension. This isn't a full meditation session. It's a micro-intervention, a few seconds that tell your nervous system, I am safe, I am in control. If these insights are resonating with you, please take a moment to hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement helps us reach more people who can benefit from these strategies. Integrating these 5 microhabits into your daily routine is a gradual process, not a sprint. Start by picking 1 or 2 that feel most accessible and commit to practicing them consistently for a week. Remember, consistency trumps intensity. 5 seconds of intentional practice every day is far more effective than an hour once a month. To objectively monitor your progress, consider a simple tracking method, a small notebook, a note on your phone, or even a mental tally. Note when you apply a microhabit and how you felt before and after. This concrete evidence of positive change provides powerful reinforcement, strengthening the new neural pathways and motivating continued effort. Be patient and compassionate with yourself. Some days you'll nail it, others you might forget. The goal isn't perfection, but persistent, gentle progress. These microhabits are not a magic cure, but rather powerful science-backed tools that empower you to proactively manage and ultimately quit the incessant demands of an anxious mind. By consistently applying the awareness prompt, the 2-minute rule, the observer's pause, the gratitude anchor, and the breath reset, you are actively rewiring your brain. You are building new, healthier neural pathways that make the anxious response less automatic, less overwhelming, and less intrusive over time. This isn't about eliminating every stressor, but about cultivating an unshakable inner resilience, a serene core that allows you to navigate life's challenges with greater calm and clarity. The journey to mastering your inner narrative is ongoing, but with these tools you're now equipped to begin. If you're ready to dive deeper into specific techniques for emotional regulation and build an even stronger foundation for mental peace, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. In our next video, we'll explore advanced strategies for cultivating unshakable calm in a chaotic world. Don't miss it.